So a couple weeks ago, I made a video on this stack of edge threat and double or nothing on your edge rushers. So those are outside linebackers, the defensive ends. Didn't really matter what the formation was or what the play was. All that matters is that you were on the edge and that the tackle that you're coming up against didn't have edge protector. And I showed in that video that as long as your pass rusher had some pass rush points, at least two, that he'd win every single time. Okay, and I think since then it's started to come into the meta a little bit more. You're seeing more people run this double or nothing and edge threat stack, and then because of that, actually you're starting to see a lot more edge protectors now that they're also getting cheaper in Ultimate Team in terms of cost and in terms of AP cost. You're starting to see more of that. So the days early on when I first kind of started using it, I just had one of those guys on the edge, and that was getting a lot of pressure for me and so on. So now having to start to think about new ways of getting pressure, generating pressure. I'm still using the edge threat and double nothing stack, and that's actually what this video is about, is how you can take this a little bit to the next level and how you can use that plus blitz concepts to not guarantee, but give you a better chance of getting pressure. Okay, so that video I explained, obviously, like I already talked about, if there's nothing protecting, they'll just come through, they'll shed right past that tackle and come to the quarterback. But there were other counters. So edge protectors one, there's still not really any way around edge protector. I'm still looking. But the other two things were halfback blocking. So if the halfback was into block, generally, this didn't happen always, but generally once your defensive end or your linebacker sheds, the back is able to come and pick him up. And then for whatever reason in this game, the back is really, really good at blocking, better than any of your tackles. Another video on that, probably soon. And then the other thing was short play action. So let me just audible here to PA crosser. So not all play action. So some play action has the drop back, regular pass blocking animations that you get from your lineman, but some of them, like PA crossers right here, have this sort of attacking, like they're actually going to run block. They attack the pass rushers rather than sinking and absorbing the pressure. So you have two different types of play action. This one it doesn't work against, and it just so happens that a lot of the good shot plays with crossers and things like that have this type of play action. So you're kind of out of luck. So what I'm introducing in this video is a blitz concept. So this one's taken straight from the meta of last year. By the way, this isn't the only way that you can run this concept. There are other formations you can run this out of, and I'll probably make videos later on. But this one, just for the sake of familiarity and so on, this is what I'm doing. So 3-3-5 wide. And what you're doing is you're going to have at least one of these guys has the double or edge, the edge threat and double or nothing stack. So in this case, it'll be Parsons over here, and then the other guy doesn't really matter, but it wouldn't hurt to also put it on there for the sake of demonstration, because that video I showed it in franchise mode, because in franchise mode you can put that ability stack on you guys. Here I can't, so just for the purpose of demonstration, and I don't want to see anything in the comments about it, okay, just for the purpose of demonstration, I'm making sure Parsons has this unstoppable X factor, so he wins every single time like you would if you have double or nothing and edge threat, okay? Just for the purpose of demonstration. So, it'll look something like this. If there's no protection, just 5 out to block, no play action or anything like that, the edge will win, and he'll come in for a sack quite quickly. For the type of play action, like the short play action with the short stems that you'll see in the play art on the offensive tackles, he just doesn't get that animation. Okay, it's just impossible for him to get that animation, and then from there you got to rely on disengages and block sheds, which isn't so bad. And then the other thing is the blocked running back. If the back is on the other side of the edge threat player, there's a chance that he doesn't get there. Let's see if he does it here. So he doesn't get there. But if the back is on the same side, then he has a better chance of picking that guy up, and now you have a little bit more time in the pocket to make your throws. So the blitz concept is pretty simple. I think in some way or another, lots of people do this. This is pretty much one of the only ways to generate blitz pressure in the game. So you have 5 blitzers. So you have one guy for each offensive lineman, and then you just insert yourself somewhere. You're not going to actually blitz, but you're just going to go close enough for this little pass rush bar icon to appear. That means the offensive line will now target you, and they target by default left to right. So this guy will get picked up, this guy will get picked up. You will get targeted, but you're going to go zone off into coverage. This guy gets picked up, this guy gets picked up, and then there's nobody to account for this guy over here. Okay, so you don't have to do anything here. You just call the play, you do kind of a half mug, and the other outside linebacker will come in for the sack. And for this particular formation, this isn't true for other formations that you can kind of do the same thing. A contain will give him a better chance of coming in. I would say like a very, very good chance, like 100% chance. If he's on a blitz path, sometimes he can get picked up. But what you want to make sure is that your edge threat player is actually on a blitz assignment. Okay, so why this is good is that if they block the running back, you're going to have two players coming in free. You're going to have the ability player and the free player. And you want the ability player on the left side. Okay, so now the back essentially has to block two guys, right? And he just can't. He can block the free guy, but he's not going to be able to help out on the edge threat. And then what's also good is against this type of play action, so I'm audibling right here to PA crossers, these tackles, because they're kind of attacking forward, like they're run blocking, they have a really difficult time blocking wide technique contain guys, especially when there's quite a few blitzers right here. Okay, so same thing, we're just going to go like this, play action. In this case, actually, the left guy came through. But it really doesn't matter to us, okay? The one thing that you may want to do, and I don't think this is a big deal for like if you're playing Ultimate Team because you'll have amazing players anyway, but if you are sure they're passing and you want to make sure your guy comes through, you can also pass commit. The pass commit will help because sometimes if it is play action and the guy comes through, he might try to tackle the running back or something like that. If you hit play action, they'll go for the quarterback. For sure. Okay. So yeah, that's nice right there. So if they block a running back, the back can't do anything. He needs to pick up two guys. He can't possibly do that. Play action, your guys are able to come through because the tackles struggle to get out wide. Plus the back is trying to carry out this play fake animation. What usually happens, he can't do that animation and then get in a blocking stance fast enough for you guys to come in. Okay, pretty cool, right? There's other things like why I'm saying this about the back is because like there's really no way to pick this up. From what I see, any combination of sliding and IDing the mic or so, there's no way to pick this up with just the 5 offensive linemen, even though you're only sending 5. So even if they say slide to the right, so if they slide to the right, all that means is that your other guy is going to come through. Okay. One thing to note, though, one thing that's really important right here is for attacking a blocked halfback like this, you should mug the A gap or mug the guard opposite that back. Okay, so in this case, I go here, and then one of those guys comes in free. But if you mug the gap that's on the side of the back, for whatever reason, the offensive line can now pick up all 5 blitzers, and the back is essentially targeting you. Okay, and since you are dropping it off into coverage, he forgets about you and he helps out on everybody else. Okay, so if I'm mugging the guard to that side, everybody gets picked up, and the back struggles a bit with the edge threat, but he still tries. Okay, and you can try some things, like you can try to be smart, like that this guy's going to come free, so you could. Like previous years, maybe try to zone off the other side. But, I've tried all the different combinations. It's not going to work. These guys all get picked up accordingly. So you really need to send all 5 guys. And, obviously that's not ideal because then you're left with 6 in coverage. But, as a numbers game, it's not that bad when you think about it, because if they're not blocking a back, it means somebody's coming off the edge hot right away. Nobody's picking him up. If he has under pressure, it's just a disaster for the offense, unless they're able to dump it off to the back right away for a couple yards. So this kind of forces the offense to keep the back in at all times, and that really limits a lot of what they have to do on offense. So if you work out the math, If you work out the math, 7 defenders per 5 receivers is worse than 6 defenders per 4 receivers. Okay, so either they're sending out 5 and getting immediate pressure, or they're sending out 4 against your 6, in which case the numbers actually benefit you in a sense. So yeah, anyway, those are just some thoughts. I've been playing around with this in a few different formations and so on, with different combinations of edge threat and double or nothing and so on. And I think I'm starting to finally get some success. I think this game is really, really hard to play good defense. I think scoring is extremely easy, but it's just, we don't have many options on defense, not to mention we're plagued by aggressive catches and things like that. But anyway, that's it for this video. Sorry for the kind of the absence for a bit. Hopefully we'll get on a more regular schedule. I do want to say, though, if you are interested in taking this concept even further and want to know more details about it and more tips and tricks that you can do to make this even better and build it around some sort of coverage scheme, okay, all we really talk about here is the blitz. I would highly, highly, highly recommend subscribing to the YouTube membership. Okay, so I put out videos there once a week where we go deep dive into things. So we already went over this kind of run and gun ebook that I think is really quite good. I'm going to be pivoting a little bit, maybe doing kind of more one-off types of things before going back into a defensive ebook or another offensive ebook or something like that. But anyway, if you want more of this, what we just went over in this video, definitely go check that out, because at the same time, I'll be publishing a more in-depth video there. Okay, one thing to note though, I still believe you can't sign up through like iOS, through your iPhone or anything like that. So you have to go either if you have an Android phone or if you go through a computer, your PC, whatever, you'll be able to sign up there, and then from there you can watch the videos on any device you want. So just one thing important to know. Otherwise, I hope to see you guys there. See you guys in the next one.